It is time for a quail egg hunt. Let's see what my girlies laid today. Looks like they are having a good time with the oregano that I put in here. I also, if you didn't see my video earlier, I put some chia sprouts in there as well, but they ate them within 5 minutes. So then I took some oregano out of my garden so they could have some of that and a nice earth bath when they're done. But anyway, let's get back to checking for eggs. We're gonna look under their door for their hutch first, and then we're going to take a look around the coop in buckets. Make sure they didn't lay anywhere that we might miss an egg. Let's check on this side of the coop now. Make sure we don't miss anything. I don't see any eggs over here. I've been getting a lot of questions though about their eggs and why don't I leave them in here. I've also been getting a lot of concerned people asking if my quail get sad when I take the babies out of the coop. These eggs, let's see, find one first. These eggs do not have babies in them. Most of them are fertilized, but fertilization does not equal a chick. So no babies are being taken from my quail. Also, my quail do not go broody, as you would say. Oh, I see some more eggs in there. Let's put this one in here. My quail do not go broody. In fact, most quail do not go broody. And broody just means that they get a very strong instinct to lay and hatch eggs. Well, not lay eggs because they do that naturally every day. I just mean lay on the eggs and hatch them. So far we have 4. So it is very rare for quail to actually get the instinct to go broody. And they typically don't. In fact, I have never had a quail go broody. However, if I did have a quail go broody, I would certainly allow her to hatch her own eggs. And so, to answer the question of why do we collect these eggs, we collect these eggs for a number of reasons. But the biggest reason is they would go to waste if we do not take them out. Because my quail do not have the instinct to go broody and hatch these eggs, these would rot in the coop. That would create a variety of issues, health issues for my quail if I were to leave it in, and it would be pretty stinky. Why would I want to waste something that these beautiful girls are providing me? So far we have 6. Ooh, lightning bug. All right, I don't feel any more eggs in here tonight, so I'm gonna say that we have 6 eggs. This brings me to another question. What do we do with all of these quail eggs? As I've stated in quite a few videos, we eat them, guys. They're just like chicken eggs. They're really no different. Obviously the size, about 3 quail eggs equal 1 chicken egg in size, but the taste is pretty much the same. I would say the quail eggs are much creamier than chicken eggs. I actually prefer that. We also sell them. I've got lots of people who are interested in eating quail eggs. They're considered a delicacy in lots of cultures. And we incubate them. We have, I think it's 17 right now in the incubator. Those are due to hatch within the next 3 to 5 days. So long answer short, no, my quail do not get sad when we take the eggs out of the coop. No, there are no babies in these eggs when we remove them from the coop. And yes, it is very easy for me to tell if my quail are not happy. If they're not happy, they will show a variety of symptoms, the biggest one being they will stop laying eggs. They'll also lose their feathers, they might stop eating or drinking, and they might become more aggressive with each other. The biggest thing here is to educate yourself on livestock care. If you're going to have any livestock or have a homestead of your own, please make sure that you do the proper research so you can tell if your animals are happy or not. I've also been getting a lot of questions about their coop and a lot of concerns of whether or not it's too small for them. My coop can fit up to 38 quail. Quail only need 1 square foot per bird, unlike chickens, which I think a lot of people are associating my quail with, which yes, they are very similar to chickens, but there's a lot of big differences too. Chickens need anywhere between 4 and 6 square feet per bird. At the current moment, my coop has 16 birds in there. Like I said, it can fit up to 38. I've got another 5 in the brooder right now who will be going out shortly. So at the moment, they have plenty of room to go around and they are very happy with it. I've also been getting a lot of concerns about cleanliness. I would like to remind everybody that this is a homestead and this is livestock. These are live animals and they're not clean. Sorry to break it to you, they poop and throw food and throw water and it gets messy. There's nothing wrong with that. The coop is cleaned regularly and my birds are all in great health. What you're seeing is daily mess. It's just what happens when you have live animals. Another question that I get or concern is, do they ever get to get out of their coop and touch grass and be free? Of course. However, I want to remind you guys, these are quail, and again, research is key to understanding quail. They do not like to be out of their coop. When I take them out of their coop, it's always supervised, and it's always about 2 at a time because I can't keep track of all of them. These are prey animals. They are very small, as you can see, and they cannot fly. That makes it extremely difficult for them to defend themselves from predators. They feel most comfortable inside of their coop and their hutch, where they can protect themselves better. When I do take them out of their coop 2 at a time, they always end up coming right back after about 60 seconds or so. I will remind you again, these are not chickens. These are quail. And again, yes, similar to chickens, but also really different. With that all said, I do have plans for the future for them to have something a little more secure out in the yard, so that way I don't have to only take 2 out at a time and they can graze in the grass and still feel safe. Next, I'm getting a lot of comments saying that they are in a cage. They are not in a cage. This is a coop. It is a quail coop specific for them and brings me back to size. You guys are concerned about the height of my coop, which I've been getting a lot of comments on. If you are going to own quail, you need to know that these guys can jump up to 5 feet in the air. When they jump with a lot of power. It is not recommended to have a coop that is over 2 feet in height or below 6 feet in height, meaning your coop should either be 2 feet or under or 6 feet and above. The reason for that is because if the height of your coop is anywhere in between the 2 to 6 foot ratio, when they jump and startle, because they're, again, prey birds, they startle often, which is why they jump. When they do jump, they end up breaking their necks on the top of the coop when it's in between those heights. So this is actually a very safe height for them. And again, they prefer small spaces. It helps them feel safe. So although I do appreciate the concern for my birds, and I can tell that you guys are just passionate about animal care, I want you to know that doing the proper research is key to understanding why things are the way they are. Before coming on the internet and accusing somebody of animal neglect or incorrect care, when you don't know yourself how they're supposed to be cared for. Anyway, today I got 6 beautiful eggs from my girls. Thank you, ladies!